What's going on, guys? My name is Logan Armstrong. I'm a videographer from St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we're going to be talking about 6 things that you can start doing to make your videos look more cinematic. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible, and these are all things that I wish I would have known from the get-go. And it would have helped my career as a videographer excel so much if I would have known these. So hopefully it helps you guys out too. So let's get into it. Like I said, I'm going to get through this pretty quickly, and I'm going to throw some examples up on the screen as I go through each one, so hopefully you guys can get an idea as we go through it. Number 1 is going to be exposure and lighting. Now I put these into the same category because I believe they play pretty closely hand in hand. If you can plan your shoot, and I know that's not always possible, try and plan it if it's outside, for example, between the hour of sunset and sunrise. That's going to be golden hour. You're going to have nice, beautiful, diffused lighting, and your shots are just going to be exposed and lit very, very well. Going into the next thing that has a lot to do with lighting and exposure is color correction and color grading. Let's say you did go out at nighttime and the footage is really underexposed. You can bump that up in post-production. There's not a lot of times it can create what's called a grain, and not a good film grain, like it has a vintage look. It just almost looks like it was shot like on a potato or on a really bad camera. So if you can get good lit and good exposed footage in camera while you're shooting, that's going to make a world of the difference. Next is going to be composition. Now, working as a photographer for fun has helped me with my videography when it comes to composition. Composition plays such a huge role in videography, and I think it gets overlooked. A lot of times you're on a shoot and you get a shot and you think that that's the only one you need. A great rule of thumb is when you have a subject, get a wide, medium, and close-up shot every single angle that you need. It's always better to have more footage than not enough when it comes time to go edit your videos. So again, just get that a nice wide shot, a nice mid shot, and a nice close-up. And then if you like one better than the other, you have the option to use whichever one you please. Next is going to be shooting in a shallow depth of field. Now obviously the best camera you have is the one you have with you in your bag. So if you are shooting on an iPhone, which is great, an iPhone camera is so capable nowadays that it often gets overlooked. However, you can't create that shallow depth of field like you can with an SLR or a mirrorless camera. I currently shoot on the Lumix GH5 with a 12-35 2.8 lens. Now what this lens in particular, since I can have an aperture of 2.8 all the way through, I can create a really nice shallow depth of field. So if I have my subject in frame, the background gets nice and bokeh out, and it draws the viewer's attention to that subject. Next is going to be shooting in slow motion. Now I am a sucker for slow motion. I don't know why, I can't tell you, I just love it. I use my videos all the time, especially if I'm using a fast-paced edit. I'll use speed ramping, so I'll go from a slightly sped up shot or a normal sped shot into slow motion, then back to regular speed, and I think it just looks fantastic. It creates a nice pace for the video depending on what song and what the client's asking for. Not all cameras can, actually most cameras can shoot in some sort of slow motion. Some is better than the others. For example, on my GH5, I have the capabilities of shooting in 4K at 60 frames a second, as well as 180 frames a second in 1080p in the variable frame rate mode. Now let me tell you, this is amazing. It comes out buttery smooth, and sometimes in low lighting conditions it's not the best, but if you have good lighting conditions, it comes out so good, and I've had such great response from shooting videos with this camera. The last thing that is so crucial that I just started implementing probably only 3 to 4 weeks ago that I think is so crucial that it often gets overlooked is sound design. Now when you're watching a video, whether it's on your phone or YouTube or TV, sound is going to be half of the experience. if you can get sound inside the camera while you're shooting and utilize that in your videos, that's going to be ideal. But for example, on my camera, the GH5, when you're shooting in variable frame rates, it does not record sound externally. So a lot of times I'll have to go in and create my own sound. And I think I enjoy the process. I think it's actually really fun to do. I just can't stress enough how much it improves the video of the video that I shot in New York. And I utilized a lot of sound design in this video. I think it just made a world of a difference as far as creating the world and drawing your viewer into the video itself. Now there's tons of places that you can get your own sound or your own sound effects for your videos. I know Final Cut Pro actually has a pretty long list of sound effects installed into it already. YouTube is a great place for sound effects. Just go into the search engine, type whatever sound it is that you're looking for, download it, and then you have it ready to use for your footage. All right, that wraps it up. I'm gonna give you one last little bonus tip to making your videos more cinematic, and that's going to be storytelling. Now you can utilize all 6 of the things that I just said and mentioned, but it's not going to mean a darn thing if you don't have a good story to tell. Storytelling is king when it comes to videos, and if you don't have a good story to tell, all those other things don't mean anything. And remember, just because you shoot on an expensive camera doesn't mean you're the best videographer out there. I know people who shoot on cameras that aren't as expensive as mine, and their videos are much better, and I know people who shoot on much more expensive than mine, and I believe that my videos are better than theirs. So it's all about storytelling, utilizing your equipment to the fullest, and then really implementing the things that I said today. Hopefully that will take you to the next level as far as your video making, creating, whether it's travel films, fashion, whatever it may be that you're creating. I hope that these tips has helped. I hope that these tips have helped. If you do have any questions, drop them down in the comment box below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you guys want me to do more tutorials, I will be glad to. This is my first one, so I'm sure it was a little rough, so I hope you guys liked it. I hope it wasn't terrible. Anywho, thank you guys for watching. If you would please, that would be so cool to like this video. Actually, you don't even have to like the video. If you don't like it, if you like the video, like it. If you didn't, you don't have to. But if you do want to check out a lot of my videos, I have some on this channel, as well as I post a good amount of them on my Instagram, which is Logan Strong Arms. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got some sort of value out of this. I know, again, these are just some things that I wish I would have known when I got into creating videos, and so hopefully it helps you out just a little bit. And if it did, that'll mean the world to me. So this has been it for my first tutorial. I don't know if I'll be making any more. Hopefully I'll continue to make tutorials if I get a good response from this one. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'll become just some guy who makes tutorials on the internet. In that case, maybe see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.